Hi-ho, hi-ho, that new Snow White's gonna suck.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crap chute. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host.
I am so lonely.
James.
All the other streamers are
I
scared.
call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy.
To me. No
it
one
just
wants
works
to
like
be
that.
my friend. They think I'm
A
unstable.
lot of things happen
They
this
send
week,
me
James.
from fandom to fandom, transformizing
I know that
your name.
you've been
And as
in
I
the
get
loop
better at
recently,
it,
James.
They fear me more and more. I am a victim of my own success.
You've
No last name.
been up to date with all
I
the
don't even get a last
latest trends, the
Only
latest
a first.
the
I am
latest
capable of
series.
so much more, and no one sees it.
You
Some
wanted to
days,
specifically
I
talk
feel
about
so
something,
alone, I could cry, but I don't. I never do.
James. Are you gonna
Because what would be the point? Not a single person in the
keep
entire
talking like
Twitch
that?
chat would care. Take it to your grave.
Are you gonna be as delusional as your father? Maybe it just flows in the bloodline.
Help!
the way you explained that, at first I was like, oh man, this seems like a pretty serious medical condition. And then like I read the second half of what you wrote down. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Care to explain what that was, James?
So
Also,
by the
I
way,
could have imagined your father be like, Riverdale.
So my dad, I talked to my dad about this morning, by the way, just to let you know real quick.
Just to check up on if he's doing all right.
He turned to me and he went, "Don't talk about this on your blog."
On your blog. Is it okay if you send me his email so I could send him a
Yeah, I'll send you his work email.
I'll send him a
You can send him a query.
I won't send him the YouTube link. I'll just send him the raw footage like in an email. So
so last night I was not feeling very well, and I told JD this, so I was like, "Hey, I got in like super late because I've been out all day."
yeah, and I was like, wham wham, boo hoo, womp womp.
I was literally not in Vegas for a good like 8 hours
I was
yesterday.
like, let me play you the world's smallest violin. I don't feel too good, said James every single day.
Mr. Stark, me tummy hurt. Me stummy hurt. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I am not feeling good at all. I feel like utter shit. So I'm gonna take some time and I'll be back to do the pod tomorrow. And then Jay's like, because he's such a chill guy, he's like, fuck you. Okay.
Yeah. I decided to cancel you on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
booted up X on my Windows XP laptop. And I just started typing, man. I just started going off on you, started exposing you, brought up your dark history.
No, why would you? What? No, why'd you do that? Oh, my dark history.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you knew this, but James is an avid racist. Just like,
whoa,
it's like shown up a little bit.
Whoa, hey,
on the crap shoot, but like, yeah, that wasn't the worst part though. He's also a murderer. And I find that to be, that's like, to me, that's slightly worse. But, yeah.
Slightly. I find that a little bit.
It's like a notch or two above it.
Like just that's like an ounce there. That's like an ounce.
Step. it's one step racist, second step murderer. Killed someone. Anyway, yeah, last night.
Yeah, I was like not feeling well. So I was heading to bed early. I was like sleeping and stuff. And all of a sudden I get woken up because I'm hearing this distant sounding noise.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what is that? I'm just hearing somewhere somebody going, oh.
A ghost in the house.
Yeah, it's like a ghost wailing, and I'm like, I like sit up and I'm just kind of like trying to focus because I just woke up like suddenly, and I turn my head towards my door and I realize my dad is yelling help. So I jump up out of my bed, like nearly tripping, getting out the door and running down the hallway to him, throw open his door, turn on the lights. He's staring. He's laying head half in his pillow, staring past me in the doorway.
His
Uh,
eyes are open.
his eyes are already open. They're red and very bloodshot. And he's
Oh,
like his face like slightly smushed in the pillow. He's going, "Help! Help!" And I'm like running over to him, I'm like, "Dad, oh my God,
Jesus.
Dad, are you okay?" I'm like checking on him and everything.
Yeah.
And he's just like he's kind of like shaking a bit. And I'm like, "Oh my God, what is going?" I'm thinking I genuinely asked him, "Are you having a stroke?" Because I was really worried that like he couldn't
Yeah, I
move
mean, it sounds pretty
and that like
serious.
it sounded very serious. And then he said these words to me.
Yeah.
"There's a man around the door with a gun. He shot me." My dad says, looking right through me.
Yeah.
"A man what?" I ask. "There's a man with a gun. I need to fire back." My dad says again. "Dad, it was a dream," I assure him. "It's real. He's over there," my dad says, staring at the crack in the door. I didn't mention this part because I did want to add some features. He
Okay.
then tells me, you couldn't hear me. I got shot. You couldn't hear me." I'm like, "Dad, what? I heard you. I came over." He was like, "I called out 4 times and you didn't come." I'm like, "I'm here." He's like, "You couldn't hear me over your music."
You had your AirPods in, you couldn't hear me. You couldn't hear it with when a stranger came into our house and shot me, James. You had your AirPods in.
But not our house, JD. Because then I asked the question, where exactly is he? "He's over in that building right there," my dad tells me before slowly looking me in the eyes. He glances around the room a few times, realizing where he is, and then looks at me again. Sh- Shut up, he tells me.
It's not even the fact that it's not even the fact that he does this whole like he has this whole episode. He at the end he hits you with that Cinderella anime line with the shut up.
Shut up. he, this man, he, he does all this, and then he just hits me with the "shut up." I don't even say anything.
Ugh.
I'm there at his
Your
behest because I'm worried. He's like,
your
"Shut
child
up."
walks into your room worried about you because you're having an episode. What do you say to him after you after he checks up on you? Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
I can't wait to do that when I get older.
He's just gonna terrorize your kids.
Yep. Number one dad. Cup. Bring it in right now.
I
So what happened, James? What was that whole thing about?
so my dad was having a very vivid dream. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's one of the
Mm-hmm.
two
Yeah.
where you like are dreaming, but it feels entirely real. Like there is no distinction between knowing it's a dream and reality.
Yeah, it's a vivid dream. I don't know if you would call it a was it lucid dream?
Yeah, it's something.
It was I've had dreams where they've like if it's woken me, like only the dream has woken me
It
up.
woke.
What? Yeah.
What did you
Sorry.
say?
I didn't mean that. I meant it
You
it
dare?
it increased it increased my consciousness level the dream. So, yeah, I can semi relate to it, but I don't think I haven't sleepwalked since I was like a kid. That was kind of like it was kind of like sleepwalking, right? Was he awake the whole time or was he just like
He
semi
was like
awake?
semi-awake because like
Oh.
again his eyes were like
Cuz I was about to say, does
wide
your dad
open.
sleep with his eyes open, James? Is that why they were so bloodshot
Not that
red?
I'm aware of, but I think now he did. I'll get to why I believe all this happened in a moment. But
Okay.
I wanna also state some things. I didn't leave the room right away. I sat there with him trying to like make sure he's
What?
okay.
You didn't go he went shut up and you didn't immediately just like
Leave.
Looney Tunes sound effect plays womp womp and then you have like then your worried face slowly fades into like a flat poker face. You drop whatever is in your hand onto the ground, turn around and walk away. You didn't do
No, I
that?
didn't immediately do that.
Okay.
No, I have a heart. Believe it or not.
A good one, James.
I'll kill you. I so yeah, I'm like checking on him and before I leave, I'm like making sure he's okay, and I'm like trying to reassure him, like, hey, we got an alarm. If somebody was in the house, we would hear it, so you can sleep easy with that fact. I don't
Okay,
think that
James,
did
that's not
much.
having a heart. That's making fun of a man in his vulnerable moment, James. That's really messed up.
I'm reassuring him that he's okay and he's in a
Did you
safe
reassure him
environment.
in that exact tone you just told me right there?
No,
We have
obviously I
an
did.
alarm, and it would go
I'm
off if
dipshit.
someone's in here,
Um,
so you can sleep easy.
dumb fuck. There's
Idiot.
idiot. Uh, we have an alarm. No, I said it kindly. I didn't say it like a jackass. I'm just
Well, I
doing it
mean,
for the
James,
fucking explanation here.
your tone, the tones that you use sometimes are just they're
I'm
off.
using.
They're
I
off.
don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
I mean, it wasn't even like a minute ago though. You were like, "I have a heart," and the very next thing you said was, "I'm gonna kill you."
I never said
Do you
those
remember
words.
that? I
I
remember
never
that.
said those words.
My
I
short-term
never.
memory is quite
I never.
good.
I never said I'll kill you. Hey, that part's not
Yes,
true.
and he took kindly to that, I'm guessing.
Oh, how could you not tell?
Yeah, I'm just saying,
No,
if,
he
if
didn't.
I woke up and then I had like a vulnerable moment, and then like one of my family members came in and said that to me in that tone, I would be happy, elated. I'd
You'd be
shoot
like,
up out of
oh,
my bed. I'd give
they
him a
care
big
so
old hug. I'd be
nicely.
like, "Thank you so much," and then I go back. I
You're
go right
like,
back to
oh,
sleep.
they care about me so deeply,
I go right back to sleep.
which I do.
I put my thumb in my mouth, start sucking it. I'm off to
You
sheepland.
suck your thumb. You kiss your dad.
Shut up.
You kiss your dad.
You you kiss your dad? You kiss your dad in the mouth?
Oh yeah, that's what he says.
He doesn't say you just
Uh,
kiss your dad. That's pretty normal, but you kiss your dad on the mouth?
kiss your dad in the mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was explaining to him the whole situation and everything,
Yeah.
and I'm like, hey, do you like? And I was also really worried about this part. He owns a gun, so I was like, do
Like in his
you need
room? He
me?
just has a gun in his room?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I was like, do you need me to take this out of here? Do I need to get this away from you?
Hey, you wouldn't mind if I took this, would you? Just
For
for
my own personal
just for,
use.
no reason. And then you take it,
I'm gonna use
go
it
into your room.
on me.
He hears a muffled, "I'll kill you." I'm gonna kill you.
Here's a muffled. I'll kill you.
Yeah. Of course,
Um,
he readily agreed, right?
no,
Okay.
no, he just kind of shook his head at me. Um, so what's caused all this? You may be wondering.
Yeah. I mean, is
I'm
your
glad
dad the
you.
type to actually like dream like that? Is that the first time you've seen
No,
him?
this is like the first time I've ever seen this happen.
Okay.
But I know why.
Okay.
He's been binging the Punisher TV show before going to bed every night.
What watching the Punisher does to a motherfucker.
What motherfuckers think they are after watching the Punisher.
Wait, did he think he was the Punisher? Was he the Punisher in that dream?
I don't know, but it's like the
Was there
way
a
he was
scene in the
described.
Punisher where guys in a different building is to shoot? They're shooting at each other.
Yeah, like, in both seasons.
There's a scene where there's a man around the door with a gun, and he shoots him.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was a lot to unpack there, but
Yeah. Dude, I wish I could get into a TV show as that so much I could dream about it. But I haven't dreamt in a long time. Or maybe
yeah, okay,
I probably have
Edgelord.
dreamt, but I just don't remember them.
Okay,
My
Edgelord.
dream memory is just not good.
I don't remember my dream no more.
I don't.
Check
I
this
just
guy out.
don't.
Get a load of this guy.
I mean, I
It is
wish
a
I did.
dream. You
Because
want a
if I
load of
had
this
if I
guy?
had insane dream if I had like really livid dreams like your father did, I'd tell him on the pod. Unless there was something that I had to take to a grave, in which case you can't torture it out of me.
bet I could. I
Yeah,
bet I could
so
very easily.
binge watch me when I binge watch The Punisher and then and then dream about it. And then in my dream
Uh,
I shoot someone. But then I wake up and I
yeah.
actually shot someone.
And I shot my son down the hall.
I gunned my son down in cold blood.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was alarming,
But hey, you know
to
what?
say the
It's
least.
good that your father's in good health, you know.
Um, yeah.
This is the part where you go like, actually, we went to the hospital and he's got a tumor.
I'm okay, so non-jokingly, I am worried about that.
Does he when's the last time he went to a hospital?
He doesn't like the doctor, so
Oh, so he hasn't had a
no
checkup
no
in a
time
while?
recently. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I kind of don't
Hey,
blame him. I haven't had a check.
you tugged on a real insecurity of mine right there. I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, I
Oh,
can kind of relate.
Jesus.
I haven't had a checkup in a while, but yeah. I mean, the older you get, maybe it's just something you have to do once in a while.
No.
Your father's response when you go, "Hey, we should go to check about the doctor."
Hey,
Nope.
you should go to the doctor.
Nope.
No.
Ugh.
But yeah, it was a very terrifying moment of time. And then this morning, upon talking to him, he explained in more detail that when he said, "You have your music on and can't hear me," he wasn't
Yeah.
referring to me and my sisters.
Oh.
He was referring to his sisters.
Oh.
He was thinking back to when he was younger.
Oh. He was dreaming about when he was younger.
Yeah, and he
His
had to shoot
sister,
at
his
somebody
sisters
across the
had
street.
AirPods in.
I I guess that's what the case was.
Unintentional trauma lore drop right there.
So much trauma dumping.
Yeah, there's a lot of trauma in your family, James. I
I don't know
appreciate
what you
it.
mean.
That's terrible, but I appreciate if you keep it off the pod. Thanks. Just
No.
just for the just shut up. Nope.
But yeah, that was my night. How
Wow.
was yours?
Uneventful. I went to
I
sleep and then
wish.
I woke up. That's about it.
Hey, that must be nice.
Well, it happens every night. I guess
Wish
I
I knew
take
how
I
that
guess I take
felt.
it for granted that I just have a quiet night's sleep.
Oh man, you get the good life, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I thought I was the norm, but apparently not.
No.
I think most people have nights like you, James, woken up by a screaming family member, a moaning family member, a family member in pain. And no, not me. Are you like a light sleeper, James? Because you made it
I
seem like it
don't
wasn't super. Well, actually, it must have been pretty loud. His room is downstairs.
know. It's down the hall.
Oh, okay.
It's only like a few, like not like I think 10 feet maybe from me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but would you
Yeah,
consider yourself a light sleeper?
I don't consider myself one, but I don't know anymore.
I'm not sure.
Nothing makes sense to me.
I mean, there are times when you wake up in the night, but you don't remember it when you fall back asleep.
I remembered this one.
Well, I mean, yeah. Good for you. Good on you. Thank you for
Is it
sharing
good?
your guys. Come on, thank you for sharing your story, James. It was very heart touching.
Thank me for my service.
Yeah, you will not be paid for it. But we all enjoy. We enjoy the fact that you're so open with us
Mhm.
about sharing your trauma, dumping.
Always with the trauma dump.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah. So, a show came out. Did it finish
What?
recently, or is it still going?
It finished. I mean, it's still got more
Invincible. Dun,
seasons,
dun, dun,
but
dun,
like
the
this
title
season
drop.
finished.
Okay. So the
I
season's
won't
how many
stop
episodes? 8
until
episodes in
I
the
get
season?
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it was 8 episodes.
I like that we just hum the first part of the Superman theme song, but it's the Invincible theme song. Is it kind of like the Superman theme song?
Yeah, that's why I do the Superman one because
Yeah.
it's very close.
I was about to say I remember it being kind of like the Superman one. I'm not gonna lie, James. I'm one of those guys that just drop series in the middle of seasons, even if like new ones release.
Nice, man.
I did it with One Piece. I did it with Dragon Ball. I did it with SpongeBob. Haven't watched any of the seasons after season four
These are
ish.
not the same show.
Uh,
These are all
I've done it
very
with a ton
these
of
are all very different products
I've
that
done it
you're
with a ton
referring
of
to
anime.
here.
I watch season one of lots of anime, and then I just don't watch the later seasons. I don't know if Invincible is going to become that for me, James, because I'm just not really feeling the drive to watch season three.
hmm
So, but maybe you can convince me otherwise. How do
Well,
you feel about season three? You watched it, all of it?
yeah, I watched it, but let
How do you
me
feel
ask you
about it?
this, JD. Let
Okay,
me ask you this question real quick.
okay.
If he's invincible,
hmm
why can I still see him?
Well, well, how about you answer this one for me, James?
No,
If he's invincible, then why isn't he in A Man Named Vincible?
he is. His name's William, and I miss him.
His name's William Vincible.
His name is William Spool.
Did he die during the season, James? Can you?
Oh,
By the way, there
William?
might be. Is there going to be spoilers, James?
Yeah, there's going to be spoilers. What do you think
Okay,
my
there's going to be
opening
spoilers
monologue
for
was?
Invincible season three.
So you haven't watched it?
No, I
So
haven't
I
even
can't.
watched the first episode of it. Actually, I didn't know. I didn't know Invincible season three was out until I saw a bunch of videos on my timeline, like Conquest versus Invincible clip from season three, episode eight. I'm like, there's eight episodes
Heracles
already.
versus Invincible.
I'm like, there's eight episodes already.
That's all of it,
I know
bud.
you brought up Invincible like a couple times in like the
hmm
past couple weeks, and I was like, why is he's talking about Invincible all of a sudden? Why is he talking about Invincible?
Because I thought you
Season
were
two,
watching it. That's why I
season
always bring it up.
season two it
I
happened
did.
like a
I didn't
while
know you
ago.
dropped it. I didn't know you dropped it. I thought we were on the same
I
wavelength. So I
haven't.
was just
Well,
talking about
yeah.
because I was like, JD will get it.
I mean, I didn't drop it. I just didn't know it existed. Like I
You
was
dropped it. You fell off.
what? I dropped it, therefore I fell off.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't
It's
see me because I'm invincible, and that's how that works. So
no,
yeah,
you
I didn't know
dumb
it existed
fuck.
until now.
I know that
So
works at all.
yeah.
That's not how the Force works. It's not how the Force works at
But I'm
all.
I'm totally cool with spoilers. Like I don't really
Yeah,
care that much.
so I mean a lot of good stuff happened this season. I'd say this is one of the better seasons in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even though IGN disagrees.
Yeah, I was about to say I saw the IGN
I was
rating
gonna
for it.
ask.
Wasn't it? Did they rate it like a 4 out of 10 or something?
It was really
They said
low.
4 out of 10 bad, very bad, or
Yeah.
something like that.
And everybody went, what the
And then
fuck?
and then I went, oh, kind of don't want to watch season three now. So
And then you went, if he invents
I mean, if IGN, you know what IGN stands for?
uh
Invincible uh G-
gaming network,
Gaming Network. Yeah, exactly.
is
And
that even what
they
IGN
said
stands for?
they said they didn't like it. So I don't know.
Which is
Maybe I wouldn't
so
like it.
funny.
So
That's so funny to me, by the way, that IGN's like, yeah, we didn't like it. And everyone's like, why? And they haven't given a good answer.
I feel like they just don't like animation because they also gave, what was it, Jujutsu Kaisen season two a bad rating.
Yeah,
So
they're kind of
so I don't
notorious
know,
now for
man.
their bad ratings.
They saw
Apparently,
like the newest like front of animation quality, and they were like, that shit's mid.
and it's like the most peak shit ever.
Yeah, it's like the most well animated. Animators spent
Me,
like like years of their life on this thing. They lost
me,
years of their life on this thing, and they're like, yeah, it's like a 3 out of 10.
me witnessing one of the most peak animated things in my life. This shit's mid.
This shit
I'm
sucks, dude.
lying.
Shit
I'm
is not
lying to
bussing.
myself.
They take one bite. They take a tiny bite, Squidward eating Krabby
Mm,
Patty bite, and they're like,
this
ah,
is terrible.
ah, this tastes bad,
Continues
like,
eating it.
brother. You didn't even eat it.
To me, goes to Subway, orders a sandwich, eats it, tastes bad. This is bad, brother. You're the one who made it.
Me goes to Subway, orders a meatball sub, gets sauce on my fingers from holding the holding the holding the
Yeah,
sandwich.
go on. Go
Dude,
on.
what the fuck? 6 out of 10.
What the fuck? It's genuinely really good, but I do think that the review is really funny because it's when you read it, it's so fucking mind-numbing and stupid. You're like,
Is
this
there?
makes no
Can I
fucking
pull up that
sense.
review? I want that. I want to see
Yeah,
the
you can
review.
pull it up. It's still up.
Is it
They
still up?
think
Thank God.
they have the balls.
Thank God. Thank God they have more balls than Mark does in season 3.
They
Am
don't
I
care.
right?
Dude, Mark had so much balls in season 3. What are you talking about? Mark
I
had
don't know.
the
I
balls.
didn't watch it.
Exactly.
Oh, was it just their episode 8 review, or is it?
Is it just sorry, it's just an episode 8 review? I
I
thought it
don't
was
know.
a
What was
season
it?
review.
Where's the okay? Gave the season. I don't see a full season review. Wait, Invincible, IGN. Um, season 1 was
There's
8.
no way.
Do they even rate season 2? I don't even see a season 2 rating. Articles. Butterfly in the season.
Well, that's the Articles of Confederacy. That's a
Season
different thing.
3. Let me see if they have a season 2 review. Oh, there is a season 2 review. Season 2 review. Did they give it a rating? 7. Yeah, they gave season 2 a 7. It says good. Invincible second season features far less Omni-Man than the first, but he looms large over each episode's rigorous family drama.
Wait, they liked season 2
Yeah.
over
They like season 2, but less than they like season 1, which they gave an 8 because
That's
Omni-Man's
so
not there.
crazy.
Dude,
That's
this is like
so
this is the most
that's
James review I've
so
ever heard.
sorry. No, don't put that on me.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
put that on
It's the
me.
review.
Don't
It's
put
like
that evil on
I
me.
I don't like that they don't have that thirst trap old man in there, Omni-Man. He's not in this season so much, so it's a 7 out of 10.
Don't put this evil on me like I
Uh-huh.
agree
That's
with
you,
them.
James.
Dude, that's you.
There is
I
no
drew this,
season 3 review yet.
you
But
see,
there's a season.
I drew this picture of me as the
Okay, so it's
as
not
the
a
Chad and you
season.
as the soy Wojak.
It's not a
Therefore, I win.
season review. It's just the season finale review. And for some
Okay.
reason, it's from IGN Africa. So it's just what it is.
Okay.
Season Invincible season 3 episode 8 review. I thought you'd never shut up in quotations. An emotionally loaded season ends on Invincible's first outright bad episode.
That's so crazy.
I mean,
That's insane.
I'm gonna have to agree with that one,
You
honestly.
didn't
So
watch it. I don't want to hear anything from you. You didn't watch it.
I don't
You
have to
weren't
watch.
there,
I don't
man.
have to watch it,
Hey,
James. You know what?
you weren't
I'm
there.
gonna pull a James right now. I don't need to watch it. I don't need to
You
watch it. I
weren't
just
there,
know it's
man.
bad. I don't need to
You weren't
watch
there,
it.
man. You don't get it. You weren't there.
It's why would I participate in something I know I'm not gonna like? It's just James. Come on, man. You know this. You know
Yeah.
this.
What did I say that about?
You know this. After what have I done? Oh, that's the title of the episode, I guess.
Yeah. These are the
After
titles of the episodes.
after what I have done,
What have I done?
what have I done? Ended
Get it
on a
right.
high promising action hand in hand with vital advancement for the characters. The season 3 finale, I Thought You Never Shut Up, drops the ball. Narratively scattered and thematically incoherent. It's the first bad episode Invincible has ever had. Wrong. One that draws on familiar Wrong. One that draws on familiar sights and stories from the show and other superhero media, but presents them with little to nothing beneath the surface. What do you think about that little synopsis?
I think that's a terrible synopsis. I don't know if they watched the show.
The arrival of the elderly one-armed Viltrumite warrior Conquest at a time when Mark is caught once again between killing or not. Oh my god, he's still on that, dude. Oh,
Yes, that's a thing
Jesus,
that doesn't go
dude.
away.
Yap, man.
I'll kill you.
I'm feeling like what was it? I feel like the Green Goblin in the last Spider-Man movie.
It's
It's strong enough to
drown,
have it all.
Spider-Man. Too weak to take it.
Too weak to take it.
Poor Peter Parker.
You feel that? Your morality, it's choking you. Can you feel it? Does Conquest wrap his hand around Mark's neck in the fight?
Yes.
Okay, that's when he goes, your morality, it's choking you. Yeah, so
Conquest also slaps the shit out of Mark's brother, who you don't know.
no, I do know him.
Oh,
Oliver. Remember he's
Ollie?
in season 2.
You didn't watch season 2, I thought.
No, I didn't watch season 3. I watched season 2, James. We talked about season 2. We have an
I don't
episode on season
remember.
2.
I don't remember.
James.
My brain hurts.
Anyway, Mark's caught once again between killing or not sets the stage for a moral dilemma that never arrives, but whose conclusion is presented as though it was agonized over for 40 minutes. Oh my god, that sounds like a pain in the ass. It does.
It's
Instead,
literally
we're treated.
it's literally been his story. What did they expect?
Dude, it's been his story for the past 2 seasons, and now it's for the 3rd season again.
Because
Brother.
it's never.
The pickle jar, I know. I get that the jar is shut, dude. But you gotta like bang. You gotta try something else than just trying to force it open. You gotta bang it on it. Try to pry it open with a fork, like, dude. Wah wah womp womp, dude.
That was me to you.
Mark's character arc is just a flat ride. It's just a line across a graph.
Yeah.
There's no ups and downs. It's just a line, and that line is, I don't want to kill stuff, but maybe I should. But I don't want to.
I don't want to be a pirate.
Instead, we're treated to a finale centered entirely around Conquest, who's better suited to playing a transitional bad guy rather than the final boss of such an emotionally loaded season. Does Conquest show up at any point before the last episode?
No, because it was alluded that he would show up, and now that he did.
Okay, so it was like other characters talking about Conquest.
Well, yeah, that's who Anissa warned Mark of.
Remember? Right, I do remember.
She was like, "I was here just to test you."
Yeah, she was like, I'm a nice guy. And for some reason, I don't know why you hate Anissa so much. She's done almost nothing wrong in the show. So
yeah, it's because it hasn't happened yet.
It might not happen. You heard about that?
Yeah.
Have you heard about it? It might not happen. And then you'll feel real bad about yourself, wouldn't you?
No, I won't.
Because guess what, James? Anissa in the show is a lot different from Anissa in the comics, because the Invincible show is a lot different from the Invincible comics. So
it is, but she isn't. So far, she's very consistently still a piece of shit.
Better suited. Yeah. Not only have we never seen Conquest prior to last week's closing moments, he's also devoid of any real ideology, claiming to love only death and destruction. Makes him a useful foe to Mark. He sounds pretty base to me. But as an exclamation point on season 3, he's a giant shoulder shrug with a little connection to anything meaningful with Invincible. True? Can confirm, chat?
Giant
what do you
shoulder
think?
Shrug. I say,
Thoughts, chat?
as I haven't watched the show.
Thoughts, chat?
PogChamp?
Also, it's this article is broken up by this quick tier list of past and current members of Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah, where do they put Immortal on that list? That's gonna really change my opinion on them.
So in D tier, let's start from the bottom. In D tier, there's Aquarius. Was that the fish guy in season 1?
Guy.
Okay.
I was gonna say the
Aquarius,
fish guy.
Duplicate, Green Ghost, the Immortal, and War Woman.
Yeah. Immortal should be on the bottom. He fucking sucks.
They're all in D tier.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. War Woman should not be in D tier.
Honestly, she didn't do a lot. I don't think she was really cool.
What do you mean? She was the only one packing up Omni-Man in the fight.
I mean, I don't know. I thought Red Rush was all right.
Red Rush and her, but like nobody else.
But you know what War Woman did? She got her neck snapped. She did it. Omni-Man turned her into an owl, James. And then she went, and then coughed a bunch of blood. And you know what she did after that? She died. No, she didn't fall face first. She fell back head first because her head was turned around.
Turned around. Yeah, and what happened to everybody else?
I'm sorry, but I think the Immortal is actually still alive. What do you think about that, James?
The Immortal has been killed like 5 times this season. That guy has not won a single. I'm not joking. After the fight with Omni-Man, Immortal has not won a fight.
Yeah, everyone always complains about Mark not winning fights. First off, Mark has won some fights.
Mark wins so many fights.
Immortal has not won any fight. He's won 0. I think from what I remember, he dies. He wakes up and then he like immediately dies again. He wakes up and then he dies and then he wakes up.
Dude, it's literally that's what it is. And he's always there was a moment this season where him and Kate are like, no, the rest of you Guardians, you don't get our trauma. And then Shrinking Ray, who is literally eaten alive, turns around and goes, shut the fuck up, Kate. You're still not even the original. You have a 1 on your chest. The original is still hiding somewhere else. You don't know the trauma. You didn't die. A clone died. You aren't the clone.
Shrinking ray gun break dances. Then she goes, she goes womp. Well, she goes wah wah womp womp.
Oh, so maybe she said, "Mommy."
Somebody wants their mommy.
That's a quote from one of the marks in the Invincible War. We'll get there in a second.
What? In C tier we have Bulletproof, Martian Man, Shape Smith.
Fucking okay, Bulletproof is so lame because like he has the potential of being like on Invincible's level and doesn't do shit ever.
Yeah, I mean,
and his like only redeeming feature is that he's like not a fucking like wimp, and that he's like, yeah, you know, I thought the Guardians were cool. You guys are lame as fuck. When like true. Rex and Shrinking Ray and Monster Girl and Robot,
they are lame.
We're like, hey, we're leaving the Guardians because you guys fucking blow and get on your knees the moment Cecil enters a room.
You get on your knees, you tie up your hair the moment Cecil gets into the room. You pull down his pants. Belate that man.
Are you even aware of the meme around Immortal involving Cecil?
No.
So there was a moment this season where Mark grabbed Cecil by the neck and held him in the air in front of the Guardians of the Globe. Twice he's done this, by the way. In front of Immortal. Twice. In front of Immortal each time.
And what's with Viltrumites and grabbing people by the neck? It's just
power
crazy. Not to be racist or anything, but
I mean, you already are. We know what you are.
Okay, but to be racist.
JD, what do women be doing? They be racist.
They be cooking. Okay.
They be shopping. They be shopping.
And you know what? I am using the Gen Alpha version of that slang term. So go fuck yourself, James.
You didn't say anything. I didn't critique your use. I didn't really realize it.
Yeah, you agreed with me.
Hey man, I didn't even.
You didn't even let me finish this. Let me finish this tier list real quick. It's C tier: Bulletproof, Martian Man, Shapesmith, and Red Rush. They're all in the C tier. Mm-hmm. Okay, now you can go on your rant about Bulletproof.
Wait, Red Rush is C tier?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
He's French. You forgot about that?
He's Russian. JD, it's in his name. He's Russian. He has a Russian name.
Is he?
Yes. His supervillain is the only other Russian character in the show, the Lightning Guy, who has a Russian accent.
I don't remember that supervillain.
I know. He's just an ancillary supervillain who's showed up every now and then. He even showed up this season where, like, Invincible literally looked at him and he's like, dude, fucking stop. And the guy's like, yeah, okay, I'll go back to prison. My bad. Sorry, Invincible.
Yeah, you know, now that you say it, his girlfriend is Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his name's Grigori, too.
I don't know his name. You know, but I'm not like I don't agree with that, you know, sentiment that every red person in media is Russian. That's just a little weird to me.
But again, JD, it's in the name. That's why he's called Red Rush.
I thought he was called Red Rush because he's wearing a red suit and he's fast.
Yes, but he's also Russian, and the Russians' flag color was notoriously red for communists for a very long time.
I mean, I don't know, James.
The Red Scare, Red Rush.
Okay, man, I admit I don't know a lot about Russians. Me and Russians are just we're not as close as you think.
Well, you don't get along? You don't like Russians?
Well, we've never really interacted, so I don't know if we get along or not.
Pathetic.
And we don't. For my actually, we have interacted. From my experiences with Kiri, maybe I don't like Russians.
Whoa.
Maybe I don't like them.
I didn't know you had negative interactions with Kiri.
Every interaction we have is negative, James. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't.
But me and Kiri are like bulletproof in the current Guardians of the Globe. I walk in there, I see Kiri, I'm like, dude, you're kind of lame, and then I turn around and leave.
You guys suck. Actually, I'm out.
You suck. I'm out.
No, that's my favorite thing about like that. Also, is that they Rex Shrinking Ray,
Yeah.
Bulletproof, Monster Girl, and Robot leave the Guardians and go rejoin Teen Team. And they're like, oh, but man, we're all like people in our early 20s. We should really rethink our name. And Bulletproof is like, you guys are in your 20s? I'm pushing 40.
Damn.
He's like, oh my
Bulletproof is
God, I'm
40?
old. He's like, no, he's like in his 30s. He's
Okay.
old. He's
Well, yeah,
like,
he's late 30s.
yeah, he's older compared to them. That's the thing. It's like Monster Girl, despite looking like a child, is in her late 20s, and so is Robot.
Yeah, of course
And
you would
that's the
make. Of
thing,
course you would say that.
because it's the thing in the show. Which, Jesus Christ, don't get me started on the fucking Gooners. And that was
Anissa
horrific.
enjoyers, Monster Girl fanatics. What else do we have? Cecil fallatiers.
Okay, that one's normal though. That one's there's
That
nothing
one's
wrong
okay.
with that one. Here's the problem. That's the only good one. There's nothing wrong with that thought process.
So what does Bulletproof do? What is his
He's-
power?
Again, he's just invincible light. That's why I'm like, I have no problems with him, and he has good
Oh, so
potential.
he's just like
but
a
he's
Viltrumite?
so fucking lame.
A weaker
No.
Viltrumite?
No, he's not a Viltrumite. He's just like he just has super. He's like
Yeah, like the super
he-
strength.
he's like
Can he
immortal,
fly?
but not shit. Yeah, he can fly. Again, he's immortal, but not shit.
Okay. Yeah, he's just like the immortal. Just has like the same move set as Viltrumites, but just weaker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind
So-
of lame. Is he actually bulletproof though?
No.
What?
I mean, what do you? I mean, yeah, he's okay. Sorry, yes, he's bulletproof. I was thinking of like, is he like damage resistant? And I should be more clear. He's not damage resistant, but yes, he's bulletproof.
Okay. Damn. That's what a disappointment. I thought Bulletproof was really going to come in there and be like, "Yeah, I'm the actual Invincible," and then he just OP or something. But
Well, we'll get to that in a couple seasons.
okay.
No spoilers, but spoilers. So is that the rest of the list, or
No, B tier.
okay?
B tier. Monster Girl, Black Samson, Shrinking Ray, Darkwing.
Which Darkwing? We talking Darkwing 1 or Darkwing 2?
I don't know. It just says Darkwing. A tier, Robot, and then S tier, Omni-Man and
Oh.
Rexplode. How do you feel
Okay.
about that? Just feel
Wait, where's Shrinking Ray in this list?
B tier,
Okay. I mean,
middle of the road.
I have my opinions on that, as we've discussed.
Yeah, Shrinking Ray does suck. I think she's like C tier.
No,
most.
she should be higher. She like actually, she does more than.
I mean,
Immortal.
she got
That's not even a
Vord. She
joke.
got Vord. That
She
automatically
got
puts you
Vord
at C
and
tier.
lived. She got Vord and lived.
She got Vord. That's automatic C tier. Like,
Yeah, but
dude.
it's like if you're Vord.
I mean,
by,
she
like,
did
Hulk,
live,
like,
but she
how do
almost
you-
died
how do
from
you-
it. Like getting Vord and then almost dying from it. Like it's
But it's
okay.
like-
It's
it's
okay if you
happening-
get Vord and then you like burst out of the person, like kills them, explodes out. That's cool. That's like,
Yeah, but it's like you did that.
but
to
then
the
you
Hulk.
get Vord and then you almost die from it, and then that's like
But she
you are
did it to,
you are
like,
bottom
She
bottom
did it to
barrel.
somebody that's the equivalent of the Hulk. You know, it's like it's not.
Okay, he's not the equivalent of the Hulk. He's just like he's just
yes,
like a
he
big
was.
buff dude.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry, the Thing.
Okay, yeah, I guess he's more like the Thing. But yeah, I mean, facts are facts. Facts are facts. So
Facts over feelings. I say excitedly.
this is James like a villain arc where he just goes super anti woke. Just on the show now, you just like point out every single woke thing that I could possibly say. You're like, you sure about that? Why you gotta say that? Anyway, though, I don't know if Rexplode's in S tier. He's kind of lame to me. Because the only thing I know he does is he blows
you really
stuff
want to
up.
speak ill of the dead?
He's dead.
He killed himself to save everybody else.
Oh, that's kind
He
of
made the ultimate sacrifice.
I mean, I'm kind of a Christian person myself, and you know what they say about people who try
I'm
to kill
kind of a
themselves.
Christian person myself. He says like a bitch.
I mean, the only thing I know Rexplode to do is he throws coins that explode,
Nope.
and
He throws more than coins.
and he cheated on Eve, who was kind of my girl.
But he had a redemption arc last season.
I
He
don't
had
know
the
about
whole
that
redemption arc where he was like, "Hey, I'm a fucking asshole, and I'm really sorry about this." And I'm
I don't
just
know.
sorry that it took
For
me.
me, I just remember him being an asshole the whole time, and then he had
No.
that cool fight with the lizard. And actually, it was kind of a lame fight with the lizard league. And then
Yeah,
he
it
almost he had
happened
his
after the fight with the
he
Lizard
had his
League.
brains blown out, James, by a dude with a gun. No, not even a dude. It was like a lizard man with a gun. And you know what that
Yeah, he
lizard man
picked
with a
up.
gun can do? Nothing. He's just like a normal dude, but he just looks like a
Yeah,
lizard.
but he put a gun against. I'm sorry, JD. What can you do?
Well, we're not arguing whether or not
What
what
can
I can
you
do.
do?
We're not
Yeah, no,
arguing what
we are.
we're
We
not
are.
arguing
We
what I
are.
can do.
We
Okay,
are.
James.
I'm
We're
making a
we're
rank of
talking
the
about
Guardians
what
of the Globe.
Rexplode can do.
I'm making a ranking list on the Guardians of the Globe based on how much better than JD they are.
It's like me.
In
Whoa,
in
James.
F tier, in
James.
F tier is
Just because
immoral.
just because I can't make a good movie doesn't mean I can doesn't mean I can't criticize movies, James. It's just
Yeah, it does.
similarly, I'm not a superhero, James, but I can criticize superheroes.
Not you. You can't.
Yeah. And you know what? And
You
if a
don't get it.
superhero throws coins, gets his head blown off, and also cheats, I mean, that's S tier? Really?
Yeah.
Omni-Man
Yeah.
being there is I expected that though. Let's
His
move on with
entire
the
goddamn skeleton, JD.
let's
His entire goddamn skeleton.
It's a dollar
Bro, the
skeleton.
only one,
That's what you sound like right now.
the only one crying here is you. I'm lifting my head, knowing my king got S tier.
my, my king. I don't think I've ever heard Rexplode be called a king.
You just did.
In the show, isn't he just like he's like a punching bag. He's like the comic relief.
Yeah, but then he like actually gets good.
Did a big like Looney Tunes like ending theme play when he blew himself up? He goes, "I'm gonna save everyone," and he goes, da, 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 da.
No, it was a Billie Eilish song.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, they played a Billie Eilish song.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Conquest. Let's continue with the article then. Conquest's antics force Mark to put civilians in danger once again. Oh no, not again. A development our hero doesn't even
Villamite.
a development our hero doesn't even acknowledge. Okay, that's kind of based. Despite it being
That's not the case at all.
oh really? That's not based then. Fuck you, Mark. You suck.
What, that he doesn't acknowledge that it got
That
civilians
innocent
killed?
civilians die. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he
you know
does,
what
though.
happens every single time Mark like fights. Like innocent people are put in danger. And you know what he does every
Yeah,
single
that's
time?
what happens
You know what he does
every
every
time
single
anybody
time
fights.
that happens? He goes, "Oh my god, I'm gonna save you." And then you know what happens every single time that happens? They die anyway. And then you know what happens after every single time that happens? Somebody they put in a side character. It's like, "Oh, I knew that guy that died when you were trying to help him, and now I don't like you." Am I right on the point, James? Am I on their point right now? Yeah, that's right. I'm inside your head. I'm inside your head, writers. I know
Inside
what
my
you're
head,
doing.
boy.
You suck. You don't know how to write. Despite it being such a part
Inside my head, boy.
woke. Despite it being
Woke.
such a potent part of his recent arc, I thought You'd Never Shut Up ignores any leftover angst from the Powerplex saga. The Freddy Fazbear Power
It's the name of a character, by the way.
FNAF reference? The Powerplex saga, despite reenacting the supervillain's origin story, a Viltrumite big bad using Mark as a battering ram to slaughter innocent bystanders. Kind of based, but I mean, we saw it already in season 1. But Conquest ending season 3 the way Nolan ended season 1 lacks weight. Yeah. Rather than Mark feeling
Except
each...
this one changes. What the fuck?
Oh, does
Dude,
it
this
change,
article
James?
sucks. Yeah.
Is it
because
Mark just getting
beats
beat
them.
up by big bad Viltrumite
No.
guy with
Mark
mustache?
beats them. That's the thing. That's the difference. Mark beats Conquest.
Whoa,
That's
spoilers.
the change. Whoa, we are talking about
Whoa,
spoilers.
whoa. Rather than Mark, hold on. Rather than Mark feeling each death, the people are merely collateral damage, and the guy forcing Mark to kill them isn't someone he knows. It's Invincible doing an encore of one of its greatest hits, but in completely uninteresting fashion, making it damn near impossible to invest in the climax of this uneven season. Woof.
They are so bad at takes.
I don't know, James. This
the
feels
thing that
like
happened, that really cool thing that happened. Yeah, that's lame.
I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can only I only have this to go off of,
Yeah,
and
you
also
haven't
you
seen
to go
Peak.
off of. And you know,
I'm pretty reliable.
I know that you're about as your takes are about as good as this guy's takes.
No, my takes are better because I'm right.
I bet this guy thinks he's right too. Oliver
No, he knows he's wrong.
Oliver veers in and out of the final battle, and Eve arrives as well the moment she wakes up from her coma. She was in a coma?
Yeah, so again, there's other stuff you're skipping over that led up to this.
Right.
That's
Well, I mean,
part of like
we're at the
why.
finale, so of course everything that happened over the season I missed. They're both at risk of being killed. At least lends some stakes to the fight. But when Eve is gravely injured, in parentheses, she has her jaw broken and her insides strewn about. Ugh.
More than her jaw broken, her entire face is ripped off.
Okay. It's hard to get
Like,
on board with the idea that she might actually die. The GDA possesses near magical technology capable of healing any injury, after all. But
that's not true.
but even before we're faced with this reality, the air is let out of. I thought you'd never shut up. When Eve heals herself thanks to a power up rooted in actual magic, pretty much out of the blue. What about that?
It was literally made. Was established
What about
in the
that?
fucking Adam Eve special.
Adam and Eve special? Is that like a
Yeah,
separate thing, or
kinda.
was it in any
It
of the
was an in
Invincible
between
episodes?
season, like special. I think one episode maybe.
Oh, of course. So you had to watch this whole other thing in order to know that this thing that
No, it's
happened in.
still on. It's literally just listed as like the third season on Amazon Prime for an Invincible, technically, and then the third season is the fourth season because of how the layout's built.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a little confusing.
No, it's just that's how it got released. This thing has been
So the
existed and has
Adam
been
Eve
part of the
special is
canon.
season 3, and then season 4 is season 3 of Invincible,
Well,
and you
it's
say,
like
"Oh,
it's this.
that's just how it's laid out." It makes total sense.
Well, yeah, it's the season 2.5, but like it's just literally how it's laid out. There's nothing. I don't know what's confusing about this, JD. It's literally very
I mean,
simple.
the way I just said it was not that's not confusing at all. When I said
No,
that
I
the
think
one
you're
special
intentionally
is
trying to
season
make it
3
sound
and season
confusing.
3 is season 4, you're
Yes,
hitting
when
me
you go
with
through the seasons, it looks like season 3 because it's the third option, but it's not listed as season 3. That's what I'm saying.
okay, James. You keep deluding yourself. That was a James take right there.
That was a James take, he says, having some of the worst takes.
You can't see it, but right now my face is that Squid Game guy's face.
Which Squid Game guy's face?
The one who's
There's a lot of
smiling.
faces they make.
The one who's smiling in the suit. Mark wailing away on Conquest is the way the way that's worded seems like he's crying on Conquest, wailing. No, but he's talking about a punching. Mark
Yeah, I know.
wailing away on Conquest is therefore a this, sorry, the sentence sounds like what was his name? Ben, no, it was fuck Mark Shapiro? Ben Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro, Mark Shapiro. I think
I
that's a
couldn't
senator.
remember. I couldn't remember his name. The sentence is worded like how Ben Shapiro like speaks. Mark is wailing away on Conquest is therefore a purely physical act with no emotion behind it.
What?
The Viltrumite is a complete stranger, and giving him lengthy monologues this
They were
late into the
set up.
season. In giving him lengthy monologues this late into the season, in parentheses, and so soon after his arrival, feels entirely pointless, as though Invincible were straining to grant him some semblance of heft or relevance.
This is literally. So, by the way, his monologues were not in the comics. They were something Rob Kirkman. That's not his name.
No,
What's
it's
his
not.
name?
Is it Rob Kirk?
No, it's something Kirkman.
Um, okay.
I'm gonna look up who made Invincible real quick, just so I can like maybe figure this out.
All right.
Oh, it is Robert Kirkman.
Okay.
It's Robert. I kept saying Rob. That's the problem. Yeah,
Yeah,
Robert
like you were
Kirkman.
close to the guy, but you're not close to him.
Yeah, like Rob is a friend. Is a as if I was his friend. Robert's the guy's name.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robert Kirkman mentioned that Invincible, the show, was his way of fixing a lot of problems he had with his original version of that. The way the story was told and how characters were handled, because there's a lot of problematic dialogue with the original comic where Mark is really homophobic.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
like insanely kind of. Like,
I mean, that would
it's kind of
be.
crazy how.
I mean,
homophobic
honestly,
Mark
that
is.
would be like the real Mark. You know, this Mark is like the fake. Like if I wanted a superhero to be like teenager superhero kind of dude, then I'd imagine Mark. Yeah, but Mark being homophobic, I mean, I feel like that's pretty normal.
It was the norm for the time, which is why he was. Uh,
But now
he
it's different. We're
This was
we're in a
before
different
they.
year.
By the way, William was not out.
That was
William
Invincible
was
to
a straight character until like a third of the entire comic run
yeah, and
was
guess
over.
what? And guess what? Amber wasn't black either. So
No, she was
womp
blonde and
womp,
she was
things
really
change.
stupid.
Things
And so
change.
Kirk, yeah, and again, she was blonde and really stupid. And Kirkman was
And you know
like,
what? Sometimes they
"Yeah, I
change for the
hated
worse
that."
because of these monologues for Conquest sound boring. Just get to the
Yeah,
fighting, man. Why are you talking?
they are not. Shut the fuck up. You didn't watch it.
I don't have to watch it, James. I don't have to watch it.
Here comes the boom.
I got you for 3 minutes. If those aren't what his monologues are like, then I don't like them, James. If Conquest doesn't say "I've got you for 3 minutes,"
I don't want to hear it.
the results are dull, and they ensure that the edges of the episode's violence are all sanded down. While the question of Sinclair's work for the GDA, which now extends to Invincible Cyborgs, looms. Invincible Cyborgs looms. It
And
exists
we'll
only
get
as a
there.
hint for later seasons rather than something that matters in the moment. That's true.
It's like they've never seen an Invincible finale before.
But that's true. That is true.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's true because that's how every Invincible
Whoa,
season
whoa,
ends.
whoa, 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 whoa.
The-
All of this.
you know, what's to
Whoa,
come.
you're yapping right now, James. It's true. End of story. It's true. End of story. Similarly, when the finale wraps up, it points toward vague oncoming developments for numerous side characters like Battle Beast and the demon detective Damien Darkblood.
Again,
Was he in season 2?
It's like they've never seen an Invincible season before.
Damien Darkblood was in
It's
season
crazy.
2.
They're setting up stuff for the next season.
Damien
Why would they do
Darkblood
that?
was in season 2. I think I remember that.
No, he wasn't.
Was
He was only in season 1.
Oh,
the way,
I thought he talked
that's
to
an
like
entire-
Deborah or something, told her.
It's season 1.
Oh yeah.
By the way, that's an entirely brand new story Kirkman wrote. By the way, that's
Was
not in the
Damien
comics.
Darkblood in the comics?
Yeah, he was in it, but then he was banished, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
And now they're
Just like the
bringing in this
show.
whole new story. Yeah, but then Kirkman's like, since I can make changes, I'm gonna make the changes. This plot line we had dropped in the comics, I'm bringing it back. Mark's going to hell.
Mark's hell arc. I gotta play Doom again. Another stream of Doom. Though
I'm
there's still,
playing Doom, but I'm Mark from Invincible.
I mean, you basically are anyway. There's still no sign of the all-important absent for several weeks Nolan. Oh, boo-hoo. He doesn't see his favorite character. Old man.
Where's my Omni-Man? Where's my Omni-Man? Where's Nolan?
Yep, no sign of Nolan.
William?
Where's Nolan, Mark? Says Conquest.
Where's
I thought
Nolan,
you
Devin?
guys had him. When I Thought You'd Never Shut Up is near its end, we finally learned that Rex actually did, in fact, die. It's hard to tell who's dead for real given the sudden resurrections of
say
late.
8 fucking times since last episode to this one.
Whoa,
Hey,
let me
Rex
finish the
died.
sentence.
Hey,
he says
Rex
it's
died. Hey, Rex died. Did Rex? He died. Rex?
hold
yeah,
up,
he
James.
died.
It says
Rex is dead? What? I didn't see that coming.
James, hold on a second.
I
Hold your
could
horses.
have never predicted this.
Hold your horses. He says it's hard to tell who's dead for real given the sudden resurrections of late. Is that true or not?
It's not. Also, Eve wasn't dead.
Well, I mean, they
So it
do
wasn't a
pull a couple
resurrection.
they do pull a couple fast ones here and there.
Who?
Shrink Ray.
Immortal?
Shrink Ray.
Shrinking
We
Ray
thought
wasn't
she
dead
died,
either.
but then actually she's
No,
not
we
dead.
see that she was alive. They
No,
don't.
no. When she gets eaten, you thought she was dead. No.
If the episode ended before we got that fact, I would say yes, but it didn't. We still knew that before the episode
Immortal.
ended. His name.
My face when I successfully get James to shout into his microphone and
why I wanted to wait to
Frustration.
film this, because I wanted to make sure that I was home alone
Okay.
and nobody was hearing me scream into it.
It's your
I don't
dad
want to
this
seem
time
like a madman.
that'll come through your door and be like, "You all right?" And
Yeah,
then
no, I'm fine.
you just like straight
Man in
face
the
stare at him.
building. There's a man in the building over there. I think I want to buy airsoft guns.
No.
I gotta fire back. He's shooting at me.
Given the sudden resurrections of late, but before anyone, let alone his girlfriend Ray, really his girlfriend Ray,
Yeah, that was a plot point. Him and Ray started dating. It was really cute.
was that in season 3?
Yeah, that's season 3.
Okay. I was about to say I don't remember his girlfriend being Ray in season 2.
Yeah, since getting shot, he kind of was like, "Hey, I'm an asshole, and I just genuinely want to try to be a good person."
Yeah, he got
And Ray
shot.
was
He's like,
"Oh,
oh, you know
you're
what? I'm
kind of."
actually a good guy now. And then everyone believed him, and we moved on.
Yeah, they shot
Really
the
has
asshole part of his brain.
He
I
shot
made
the
the
asshole
joke.
part of his
I
brain
made
out.
the joke. This is the one successful lobotomy in history. This is the only time it's ever worked.
Yeah, but before anyone really has time to grieve, the focus shifts back to Mark and Eve's relationship. Mark claims to have been deeply affected when he believed Eve was dead. Oh, right, Eve was another sudden resurrection. He believed Eve was dead, but since no,
before that.
let me finish. But
No.
since this
The
lasted,
funeral is before the fight. Or no, sorry, it's after the fight. Yeah.
but, but since this lasted for only a handful of minutes, and because this is the last we'll see of Invincible until season 4, we're left to wonder what impact it'll actually have on them and their dynamic. Things wrap up neatly for Debbie, who's happy to have her kids back, and the finale features a few ominous hints of how far Cecil is willing to go. But for the most part, I Thought You Never Shut Up leaves Invincible in stasis with little resolution and only nominal minor developments towards what comes next.
Mark is stronger than somebody that was stronger than Omni-Man. That's what we finally come to the realization of with this, is that Mark has actually gone stronger. He hasn't stayed stagnant. He can actually do this.
Yeah, but I'll believe it when I see it, James.
You haven't watched it.
Did I lie, James? Did I just lie in that statement?
Yeah, you'll believe it when you see it, but you aren't watching the show. You've admitted that. You dropped it.
I'll believe it
your
when
words.
I see it. There is a verdict.
Like.
There is a verdict.
Yeah, what's the verdict?
Verdict paragraph. Invincible repeats past triumphs, but with far less heft in its season 3 finale. I Thought You'd Never Shut Up gives in to the show's most self-destructive instincts. It pivots entirely around a bad guy we've never seen before and has its hero's central season-long arc pay off in words rather than actions or agonizing decisions.
Oh my god! I'm gonna
there's one last
murder
sentence.
The person that wrote this, because that's literally the point of the Invincible comics, is that Mark realizes that as strong as he is, that doesn't change anything in the long run. That he has to solve his problems with actual words.
No. As strong as he is, he's weak as fuck. It's the first time Invincible has been truly subpar, and especially sour note to end on. Oh, shake my head. Says the article writer.
Did they really say SMH?
No, they didn't. I said that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, fuck off.
I said that.
Prick.
Yep. Invincible season finale review 4. Is it a 4? Is it a 4 out of 10? Is that what it is?
I mean, with how they've described that, I have to imagine that's what they're giving.
Yeah, it just says 4, but I'm pretty sure it's 4. It's 4 out of 10.
It's such a bad review and bad score.
With 10 being masterpiece, and then 4 being bad.
And what did they gave something? Yeah, they gave that fucking dumb Adam Driver fucking I'm Caesar and I'm Built Rome movie that nobody liked and bombed at the box office. They gave that like an 8.5 out of 10, and they were like, this is going to revolutionize cinema. And nobody agreed and clowned on them for their really bad take then. And we're doing the same now, because this is another bad take.
Oh yeah, we saw didn't we see like a trailer for that movie at one point?
We did. I think I showed you memes too, where the theaters were so empty, people could go up to the screen and they were having conversations with the movie. I wanted us to see it, but I think it was out of theaters by the time that I realized that it was
and they gave Mickey 17 and 8. I also don't agree with that, so
that's a good score.
Captain America Brave New no. Anyway, so they gave it a 4. Invincible season 3 finale. Just the finale is a 4. I think they gave the other episodes probably higher scores.
Which is crazy, because this was like the best episode of the season.
Not from what I've heard. Invincible
What
season
you
3.
heard is the IGN review, and you're antagonistic to anything I ever say or do, JD. You exist. You are my conquest. You
That's for the
exist just to fucking terrorize me.
please resist. There's it's Invincible.
I
Invincible
can't tell if
season.
you've seen it or not.
I know that he says it. I haven't seen it though. I haven't even seen a clip from it. I just know that he says it because
So
people
trust me when I tell you this.
people
I
quote
want you to
people
resist.
quote Invincible in other YouTube videos in their comments. So I know where it's from. Invincible season 3 peters out with a baffling finale centered on a villain we never met and a hero's dilemma that's never actually addressed. 4. By Siddhant Adlanka. Siddhant Adlanka? I butchered
So
that
what we're
name.
realizing
Sorry,
is
man.
that Immortal wrote this review.
Well,
Invincible is a little
actually,
bitch.
Siddhant is a film critic for various publications, including the New York Times, Vulture, The Guardians, The Empire, and Empire Magazine, as well as a video essay writer for Cinefix.
Okay.
So, what are you,
I
James?
think
Sorry,
I
what are
think this
you,
might be
James?
because Cinefix is upset that their Invincible video got taken down.
Um,
Which I'll
what have
say
you done, James?
that was my introduction to Invincible, by the way, was their Invincible video. But they took it down, so I don't know why they're all pissy.
But what have you done, James? Are you a film critic?
I am registered by the Pope.
A Pope film critic? You're a Roman Catholic film critic,
I'm
official?
the film critic for the Pope.
Yeah.
I let him know what movies he should and shouldn't watch.
Yeah, well,
This is why the Pope is becoming more and more pro-gay. It's because of me and my actions.
yeah, it's because of you. You're gonna take credit for that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I just have to agree. I just have to agree with it. I mean,
I told the Pope he can call people faggots. That's why he said it. I told him he's good. He's part of the crew.
you gave him the F pass.
I gave him the pass, and nobody
You gave him the
realized.
pass.
Are you aware of that he did do that?
No, this is news
It's
to me.
real. Yeah, the Pope started apparently was caught saying it, and he
What a super based.
dude. I think it's based because I think the Pope's gay. So
The Pope himself is gay.
I think he is. Because I was also like under this impression for a long time for how pro-gay he was. I'm like, this is the most closeted Pope, and him doing this was him soft launching it. He was testing the waters to see how people reacted, and guess what? Catholics didn't like it, but
Damn.
gays did. Gays
I mean,
were
hey,
like,
I mean,
yeah, go
James,
up.
you know that the most Catholic people are just closeted gays, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Pope likes boys.
I don't know
Because
what
you
you're
know
insinuating
that
there.
stigma. You know it.
No, I'm not an Anissa fan, nor a Monster Girl lover.
I mean, I think everyone's
Freaks.
okay.
Okay.
Let's take a look at some comments on this
Can we
thing.
talk about the other episodes in Invincible before we run out of time?
Okay, you want to just quickly?
Yeah. So the prior episode was a really cool one that again you haven't watched, so you aren't aware of the Invincible War.
No.
Angstrom Levy from last season survived.
Oh, another one of those sudden resurrections, huh?
No, he just never died. It's not a resurrection. He just never died.
Really? At the end of season 2,
Yeah.
I definitely thought he was dead. Like, remember when his face bashed in? He's like, and he's not breathing, and Mark goes, "I thought you were stronger."
Yeah,
Remember
but
that?
what he did was he just literally made a portal and got out of there while Mark like literally just
I didn't
walked
see that.
away.
Was that at the beginning of season 3?
No, that was at the beginning of this episode. They explained that's what happened. But also, again,
So they what? They had
They
a dude
what?
die, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, actually, he was
didn't
alive
die.
and he portaled
He's-
out."
Okay, I'm not even gonna go on the fact that there is literally years of comic evidence for this. That this
Yeah,
has been
you're gonna go into
thing.
the comics to explain the show.
No, I'm not. That's what I just said. I'm not gonna do. Did you not hear me? I said I'm not.
I'm currently eating right now.
What are you eating?
I just have a banana.
Is it a good banana? Talk to me, JD.
Go ahead with your other thing.
But yeah, we start the Invincible War. So Angstrom Livy survived, and he went back to the people that repaired his body the first time, you know. And
Yeah,
he was
the
like,
GDA magical healing technology.
no, another reality.
Another
With
reality's
literally,
GDA
with
magical
like,
healing technology.
nope. It's like literally, you don't play Warhammer, but for all my people out there, it's like the Omni Priest from Warhammer. He went to a universe full of those who are just like the best. That's how they repaired him the first time. After like
Hmm.
he blew up and he got like the big brain that took up his whole back.
Yeah.
He went to them. They like repaired it down as much as they could, and they made him stronger. Remember, he's like, they also made me stronger, and then that's why Invincible punched the shit out of him. He's like, I thought you were stronger. You
Well,
said
he
you were
didn't punch the
stronger.
shit out of him. He killed him. That's what was
No, he
implied.
just punched the shit out of
That's
him.
why. That's why Mark was so sad. It's
Yes,
because
that's
he
what's
killed him.
implied. That's not what happened, though. That's the point. It's what's implied.
Yeah. I mean, every death in quotations is an implied
I
death.
don't know how to tell you this, JD. This is a superhero property. You don't really die.
Yeah, that's true. I know.
It's also the multiverse. You don't die.
If you die, you could always go to another multiverse.
Yeah, but literally. But
Hmm.
they show that he went there, they super prepared him, they did their best like literally scoop up all of the goop that was left of his head and put it into one big thing. Dude, he was a puddle. uh Sterling K. Brown, what a fucking performance. For only like one episode worth of like appearance. What a perform. I mean, technically he had the end credits of the previous episode and this, but like this
He
guy
was,
kills it.
he was kind of a stinker.
Okay. Uh ignoring that. Ignoring that bullshit that you just spewed.
It's a little stinky.
Oh, wait, oh, swanky.
You're
That's
not
what you
gonna
sound
ignore
like.
it.
I am. I'm ignoring it. Ignoring it really well. Ugh. So yeah, ignoring your bullshit. Uh,
Go on.
I'm going. Don't rush me. Uh, so at the airline food. So he goes there and then he creates portals to multiple worlds and gets all the other Invincibles. You know, all the bad ones.
Right.
Oh, I thought you were about to interject. So
Nope.
he gets all the bad ones, and he's like, "Go, terrorize the world. I want them to see you, and I want them to fear Invincible." Yet again, showing how much of an idiot Angstrom Levy is. Where Debbie called his ass out, like, "You're just mad. This is the one world where you're the bad guy and Mark's the good guy." Again,
And
proving
then Angstrom
that's
Levi
still
was
the
like,
case.
no.
Literally, that's what he
Angstrom
did
Levi
last
hits you with
season
the
too.
shut up.
He's gonna hit you with I'm gonna physically abuse you and then be like, no, I'm still the good guy. You're the bad person.
I'm gonna snap
No,
your arm
no,
now.
I'm good.
I'm the good
I'm
guy.
gonna break your
I'm gonna have to
I'm gonna
break your
break your
neck
neck.
now.
I'm just a messenger. But yeah, he sends out all these invincibles from these other worlds, some of which we had already seen. You know, the one that
Hmm.
goes, "Oh, poor Angstrom," and then snaps the kid's neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
That
see
one.
that one.
That was
Sinister Mark, as
we get
they
him
call him.
again.
We get him
Awesome.
again. He actually has multiple scenes. It's really good.
It's Mark. It's Mark that goes like, "I thought you were stronger," to actually Levi, and then Debbie's like, "I thought you were smarter with that big head of yours."
think Mark.
Think,
Think
Angstrom.
Angstrom.
Think.
But yeah, we get him back. He's called Sinister Mark, by the way. But they also gave everybody new names in the show.
Oh, in the show,
They
they
called
call
them.
each one a different like name,
Yeah,
like
they all have
Sinister
different
Mark.
names compared. It's not Sinister Mark anymore because Sinister Mark was the name that fans dubbed him,
Oh,
and
I
it kind of
see.
just became the name. But in the show, he's Cape Vincible, I think.
Oh, so they describe them based on how they look like.
And then the one with the mohawk is Mo Vincible Hawk.
Mo Vincible Hawk.
I think it's
Really?
Mo Vinhawk, but I can't remember exactly. It's very stupid.
Okay.
I hate the new names, but I also kind of do love them. I'll miss Omnimark for I think Omni Vincible because
Uh huh.
Omnimark was classic. That I mean, it's Omni Man, but you just call him Mark. Come on, it's easy.
Okay.
It's easy. But yeah, they all have very unique names now and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and they get little bits to show off their like power and how different they are. We get a lot of new characters
Are
shown
they
to us
all as
who are
strong as Prime Mark?
no. So that's the cool thing is when
They're
Cecil
weaker.
and yeah. So do you remember the Flaxons from season one?
Yeah.
The time aliens.
Yeah, the
So
ones that
there's a
age.
Flaxon Mark who's like went to the Flaxon world, conquered them, and wears their armor.
Oh.
That goes to the Pentagon and attacks Cecil, and he gets fucking murdered by the Reanimen, Sinclair's robot men. Dude, he's again.
Wait, you
When
tell
I
me
describe,
Flaxen Mark is weaker?
yeah, he's
Isn't he supposed to be
he's
like older or something because they age faster or
oh
something?
he's I mean, yeah, but he conquered a weak species that die very easily and kind of
Oh, okay.
became complacent, is the idea of him.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
if I remember correctly in the comics, that's the one who wears Bulletproof's costume originally.
Oh.
And Flax and Mark dies to something else, but they change it around for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, Flax and Mark, he dies very easily, and that's when Cecil and Donald, who is just half of a man,
Mm-hmm.
and a robot on the other half.
Mm.
Are you aware of that? Because you watched season two, so you should be aware that he's a robot with
Sorry. Say
memories
say
of a
that
man.
again.
Donald,
Yeah, I know. I know Donald's like an android or something.
yeah.
Or
So we
because he's
see
just
him
like a
just
full
full.
robot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with like skin on top of it.
Hmm. He's a Terminator.
Yeah, he's like half Terminatored out, but
Hmm.
he's still got his like doofy voice. So it's very funny, but like Cecil's like, Donald, I'm sending you out there along with a ton of superheroes. We got to fight them. We don't know if they're all strong or not, so we got to do our best to fight back. And so
Right.
then we meet a comic book character who we haven't met yet, which was very surprising because he was very present in the comics. And so I imagine because of who they casted and how present he was, he'll be coming back to that. A character
Hmm.
named Brit, who's not British.
Okay, so you make
That's a
fun of me
superhero name.
for like, oh, it's in the name. Red Rush is Russian, but then Brit is not
I
British.
think Brit is just his name, though. In my
Okay,
defense, I think his name is
thanks,
just
James. Thank
Brit,
you, James.
but he is not British. Um, but yeah, he's American as shit. They even casted the guy from Better Call Saul, the fucking "We Had a Good Thing," Walter, that guy. Uh, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I know that
he's in
guy.
it. We see a bunch of superheroes who we saw in season one during the funeral. We saw the not Saitama One Punch Man, but Two Punch Man
Two Punch Man.
with the inverted color scheme and two dots on his forehead.
Right.
Um, we see the not Hulk, but it looks like Hulk and Business Baby.
The Hunk.
The
Out of
Hunk
all
and
the
Business
I
Baby.
I know the character the Hunk. That's the funny one is I know him.
I know him. I know that guy.
I remember that guy from
I,
season 1.
yeah, Hunk and Business Baby, where Business Baby gets crushed to death by the Hunk's body falling on him.
Cool.
Uh, Business Baby is literally just the boss baby. It's not
Dude,
even a joke.
he gets cyberpunked.
He gets cyberpunked. He gets Rebecca.
Yeah.
Is that her name? I don't know. I didn't finish watching
I
it.
think so, yeah.
Uh, it's literally that's what happens. He gets crushed by the Hunk falling on top of him after getting hit by one of the marks.
Mhm.
We had a lot of really great moments and a lot of uh Stephen Yun does a really good job differentiating each Invincible.
Does he
Uh
put on an accent for each
he
different one, or
does
do they
accents
all
for certain
sound
ones.
about the
One of
same?
them's got like a cowboy voice because he wears like a bandit mask.
Okay.
And he does like a really good job with that one. The Omni Mark kind of talks like J.K. Simmons, like he
Is
has that kind of like
Omni Mark is just Mark is Omni Man?
yeah. He has the Omni Man color scheme and the cape, no mustache.
So
Uh,
Omni Man didn't like Nolan didn't exist in that
he
universe?
killed Omni Man
Oh, okay.
and took up the mantle. But he's still a horrible person.
I see. So
uh,
he's like a Homelander.
yeah, and he has that like stoicness and everything, but it's very Homelander. Uh, there's the Sinister Mark who I've told you about already. A lot of them get really great lines. There's a moment where our Mark Invincible and Eve are fighting the Mask Invincible, they call him,
Hmm.
which is the cowboy one I was telling you about.
Yeah.
And he's like swearing like a sailor, like he's in a Hell of a Boss episode or something.
Like he was written by Vivzy Pop.
Yeah, are you aware of the meme? Okay.
Yeah, I know the meme of like this thing is written by Vivzy Pop, and it's just every other word is fuck.
Yeah, that's literally how he talks, and he's getting his ass kind of beat because he realized he's been outmatched with both Eve and Mark there. So
Yeah.
Omni Mark floats down and he's like, "Hey, you need help with them?" And Mask Mark is like, "Fuck off, you fucking dick! I can take these fucking losers." And Omni Mark's like, "Swearing doesn't make you cool, man." Dude, there's some really good moments in here.
That does sound pretty funny.
But yeah, they're really good. I also love that the way that they're drawn fighting. Omni Mark has some very Omni Man like kind of precision moves, and then Mask Mark is just kind of flailing himself around wildly. There's a moment where they're both like going down to hit Mark, who's on the ground, and it cuts up to Mark looking up at him. And when he sees them, Mask Mark is literally plummeting down with his fist in the air like he jumped down at him. Well, Omni Mark is just floating
He
down with
does
like his
he
hands
does the
first.
Markiplier meme at him. Where he's like,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
Yeah, but with both hands ready, the fucking clobber him. It's great.
That's funny.
There's a moment where we meet Movincible. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mohawk Mark. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna refer to them by their original names. I can't do the new names. They're
sure.
too wordplay. Uh, and Mohawk Mark is like, "What the fuck are you doing? Angstrom said to spread out so we don't." Oh, oh wait, sorry, he doesn't say Angstrom. He's like, "Oh wait, you're this world, Mark?"
Angstrom said
Dude, this is
to
crazy.
spread your legs.
Fucks himself. What if instead
Invincible
of
orgy.
Invincible, it was? What if instead of Invincible, it was called Freakin'? It was called Freakable, and they just freaked it.
Yeah, the Diddy party.
The Diddy Mark,
Diddy Vincible.
you know, party like a Diddy Invincible party. Diddy Invincible, his superpower is lotion. Sorry, baby oil. Side note: I saw the video of Diddy running away from the cops in his home? Have you seen it?
No.
It's so funny, dude. He's slipping and sliding all over his floor trying to run away.
No, of course, because his house is his floor is perpetually covered in thousands of bottles of lube.
But dude, also he has a gun out. He was shooting at them, and they
No,
arrested. They didn't
no.
try to kill him.
That was the police forcing him to shoot at them. Okay, that wasn't him.
He's very clearly pointing the gun at them while slipping and sliding all over the ground. Running away. Dude, it was an edited video where they added the fucking like Looney Tunes running sounds.
Oh
and
my
stuff
god!
like that.
Of course they did.
When he hits the ground, the doink. Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, that sounds really funny.
But okay, back to it. We get Movinza Hawk, who is like a very kind of like, he's definitely on the stronger side of them because he kind of whoops Mark, and he gets a little overconfident, so he gets in too close, and Mark just kind of fucking like discombobulates him with a little clap to the ears.
Discombobulates him.
Yeah, fucking Sherlock Holmes.
hits him with the Sherlock Holmes discombobulate.
Yeah, literally. And it shuts him. He's like, ah.
He goes.
He gets shut down, and then like while fighting him, a bunch of superheroes show up, and they're like, "Hey, there's another Invincible." And our Mark's like, "No, wait, guys, you're not gonna believe it." And they just start beating his ass. And he's like, "No, stop it, stop!" And so he has to fight them and Mohawk Invincible at the same time. Let's see, what other notable one? Oh, there's one Mark who says one of the craziest lines ever.
You see that? That's the tides of war.
No. What he says is, "You're pathetic. I want to keep you as a slave in my empire."
You're
He gives him, like,
pathetic.
a
I'm gonna
whiny
keep you as a
voice.
slave of my empire.
Yeah, he has like a very whiny and high pitched voice, and he's like a Viltrumite Mark, but it's like the Invincible suit with Viltrumite markings.
I see.
Then there are two different Viltrumite Marks. There's the full one who has the mustache, who gets fucking packed up in space by Tech Jacket. He's a comic book character that only just got introduced because I think they were really struggling to get the copyright for him. He appeared in a lot of stories before this, though. So,
so he gets killed by Tech Knight?
No, Tech Jacket, different person. Not a fucking freak.
Freak Jacket?
Not Freak Jacket. No.
No.
Um, and he gets killed in space, and the other Viltrumite Mark makes it to the end. And there is a scene where we meet the other Viltrumite Mark. He's fighting a guy called Wolfman. But in the comics, I don't know if you know who this character is in general, but it was Spawn. Do you know who Spawn is?
Yeah.
He is like maybe
I
the
know
face
what
of
he looks
indie
like, but I don't know what he
superhero
does.
comics. He's just a demon. Like he's
Okay.
straight up like he's a guy that was dying and was granted powers by a demon to become a superhero.
I know he's like
Like he's
ugly.
basically Ghost Rider, but like Punisher.
You drag them to hell, they crawl right back up. I drag them down to hell, they stay in hell. That's the difference with you.
But yeah, that's who it. That's good. That's good. But yeah, they that's who that's who it originally was, and they changed it to a character called Wolfman, who does have a lot of interesting appearances in the comic series.
Wolfman.
So it was,
Oh, baby,
yeah,
I'm praying on you
he's just a
tonight.
wolf guy with like a tactical vest on.
Yeah, he's just a furry.
He's just a furry. But yeah, it's really cool to see him there. Let's see. Any other notable Invincibles? Oh, there's like a bald cap one who's just has like a full head like cap, so it's not like his hair's out.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucks up Oliver. He tries to fight Oliver, but then like some other superheroes like take him out. I don't think Oliver really gets hurt majorly at any point. I
Yep.
think he's fine for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I know I'm doing a terrible job. I'm just trying to think of like any other important things that happened before like I move on with what happened. But we do see there is it's 3 days long of them terrorizing, killing tens of thousands of people every day.
Oh, so wait,
And
it only happens over 3 days?
yes, it happens over 3 days, but that's because they do something that causes it to be cut so short.
Okay.
Angstrom's like, okay, Marks, I need you all to meet up with me in one spot, and it's above Invincible's house.
Of course it is.
It
You mean
is.
it's above all of their houses?
Yes. Well, not technically, because most of them, or not most, but good, apparently like half of the multiverse worth of it Marks were never raised on Earth. Once
Oh,
they were
really?
born, they were taken to Viltrum to be raised.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting comic thing. It's a cool
But
fact.
they don't explain that during the show.
No, that's like a later thing you learn when we get more multiverse stuff.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah,
Multiverse stuff I get.
I mean, this was like a comic from 2003, so it was way before any of the major nowadays.
Yeah, but now
stuff.
it's a show that's out in 2025, so
I know, but listen, what do you want? What did you expect?
I wanted the finale to be as good as Better Man. Okay. Because
it was as good as Better Man.
Because IGN gave
It was
Better
actually
Man
better
a
than
9
Better
out
Man.
of 10. They didn't even give Invincible a 9. No nines.
What is Better Man? What are we talking about?
Robbie Williams as a chimp?
Oh,
Better Man?
I could not for the life of me remember what the fuck.
I was just scrolling through IGN's movie reviews trying to find the Adam
I
Driver one.
see. What did they give Better Man?
9.
That's so bullshit.
They give
That
him
movie
9.
sucks. The movie's like genuinely not great. But yeah, we were above Mark's house and everything, and all the Marks are collected, and they're all like, "I hate it here. It reminds me of my home and everything." And they're all like whining about it. And then a Mark who has like a full face mask, but he kind of looks like normal Mark. It's kind of, but like a slightly inverted color scheme for the most part. He's like, "I like it here. Reminds me of playing with Dad. And I miss Mom." And like
Oh,
he's
so
just kind of like,
insane Mark.
no, this one's the most sane one actually, because he reveals, and I think it's very obvious. I don't think he's a villain like the rest of them. I think he's like an anti-hero. Because in the comics, they reveal more with the dialogue that he's given that we don't get in the show. He killed
Oh.
Omni-Man in his world after Omni-Man killed Debbie.
So all of these marks were like some of these marks were strong enough to kill Omni-Man, or was it
Yes.
okay? So some of them were strong enough to kill Omni-Man back when that happened, but now they're weaker than.
No. Not all of them.
So some of them are stronger than Omni-Man, right?
Yeah, some of them are like weaker than Mark was. Some of them are stronger than Mark was, or as strong. So some of them never faced Omni-Man in that way because they joined the Viltrum Empire. Some of them, it's like different things like that.
Hmm.
But this Mark, he reveals that like he never killed his mom like a lot of other Marks did. He never killed Debbie. He actually came here because the deal, they all made different deals with Angstrom. His deal is to bring Debbie home with him so he can have a
Oh,
mom again.
boo hoo.
And that's exactly what Mohawk Invincible does.
He's based.
Literally after he says that, he goes, "Oh, somebody wants their mommy."
Based. Based.
Shut up. he
Shut up.
literally does the shut up thing too.
He
He
goes,
says it.
shut up.
Yeah, that was the great thing. And then my favorite thing is that same Mark. He goes, "We're all the same person, okay? I don't know what you want. We are all the same person."
My
And then
favorite
one of
thing
the
is when
Marks,
that same Mark goes and splits people and grabs people's heads and splits them in half. You know,
we never see that.
but it happened.
No, we actually never see full mask Mark do anything bad. Or like we see him destroy stuff, but we never see him kill people. And so that's why I'm like, I don't think he's a villain necessarily.
I hope
I
he
think
dies
he's an
horrendously.
anti-hero. Okay, calm down. He's my favorite.
He spoilers. He does die horrendously. I know it. I already know it. I don't
Yeah,
even have
did
to
you
watch
watch
it.
all those? You watch all those fucking YouTube shorts of every person that reveals every detail of the comics for
I actually
Invincible
haven't
ahead
because
of the show?
I was thinking in my head like I might watch season 3, so I kind of want to just you know see
Well,
it myself. But
whoopsie,
I mean,
whoops.
you spoiling things, I'm okay with because I don't believe anything that you say.
Me spoing things.
Yeah,
Spoing.
yeah.
So, anyways, yeah. So it's then there's another Mark who doesn't wear a mask at all, and he just very silently goes, "I miss William."
Good, 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 good.
Well, that is the implication, is that this is an actually gay Invincible, and it's not confirmed by a writer, but the storyboard artist, the main storyboard artist, did say that she did imagine him as gay when she like storyboarded that part out. So it's not confirmed, but it's also not
Cue
denied.
Anthony Mackie in in that clip where he goes, "Just fucking kiss me, Bran."
I think it is very. By the way, one of the Marks does show up to the college where William is at, and is searching for him. So it could be that Mark.
That Mark meets our prime Mark and he goes, "Mark, where's William?"
Where's William, Mark? What?
What?
Where's my boyfriend?
Where is he?
Yay! And then 2003, Mark shows up and and him and the Pope call people slurs.
Yeah, dude. Of
Uh,
course they made the gay man like a fucking serial murderer.
I mean, he does. I'm gonna be honest. He actually, again, this was another thing I noticed. I feel like he's not necessarily a villain, but more like maybe a weapon
Because you
for
don't
like.
see him kill people.
No, he's covered in blood, but it's the way that he
Oh,
acts, because he does, like, you see him in other scenes. He always has this stance of his hands behind his back, and he's always like standing at attention. He never like says anything really, and he always seems like very attent. And so I always
he has
thought
his
like,
hands behind his back because he's always ready for a blowy right there, man. You got to be prepared for it.
William, my blow.
You can't have your he can't have your hands covering it. You got to have it, behind your
Understand.
back.
I understand now.
I understand.
Gay.
Ugh.
But yeah, I
Does he
think
fight
he's
the
like a
hunk?
military one. No. Well, actually, I think that one does fight the hunk. Actually, I think that one does kill Boss Baby.
What?
Maybe.
No. No,
But
not boss
yeah.
baby.
So they're like Angstrom, or sorry, Sinister Mark is very specifically constantly screaming at Angstrom. He's like Angstrom.
That's what he sounds like.
Yeah. He changed his voice from the original version, and I do like this one more because it gives him more personality. But he's kind of like always yelling. And
Oh
every
yeah,
other Mark
because
is like, shut up.
oh, so
We hate
in
you.
season 2, Sinister Mark just had the same voice as regular Mark. Like
Yeah.
he was
Oh,
just
poor
Mark.
Angstrom.
Yeah, he was like Angstrom. But in the Invincible War, they changed his voice so that he's more different.
Yeah, and he's kind
Okay.
of always like kind of doing this like scratchy yelling. And my favorite thing is every character just
Angstrom.
he's so annoyed by him. Movinza Hawk is constantly like, "Oh my god, you idiot, shut up," because he's like,
I
"I'll
really
just kill
wanted
you, Angstrom,"
I
and
really
Movinza
wanted
Hawk is like,
Mohawk Mark to
"No,
have like an Australian accent or something.
oi, bruv." Sorry, that's
Oi.
yeah, that's Australian.
Yeah, that's
Oi, bruv,
Australian right there. I
bruv,
said Australia, not New Zealand, James.
yeah, bruv. Come down for the tilly that I took it away.
Oi, mate.
But yeah, so so they all look at Angstrom. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna kill you." And then Movinza Hawk is like, "No, we're not gonna kill him, you dumbasses. Then we're stuck here on this Earth. We're just gonna torture him. Then he'll open portals to other Earths that we can go to instead. Duh." And they're like, "Yeah." And then Angstrom's like, "Oh, okay." And then he opens up a bunch of portals, sends his little T drone things that shoot them through the portals, and then just locks them into that dead world where Mark and Angstrom were when he brutally beat Angstrom to near death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, brutally
Mm-hmm.
beat him to death and said, "I thought you were stronger," and he cried
And
over it
then
for a while.
Sinister Mark is like, Angstrom, I'll kill you. And then Mo Invincible Hawk is like, he can't hear you. But yeah, that's that
Spoilers:
episode. And then
Angstrom
like
could
they
hear him.
spoilers, he couldn't. And then but you know, they get in a fight. Invincible finds Angstrom. He starts fighting. He's like, I thought I killed you, but I didn't. And I've been holding all this grief on myself for the fact that I didn't. Fuck it, I think now I might. And he goes, and he like
What
almost
is
kills Angstrom.
that? No.
Like, yo, fuck it. You've come after my family like twice. You keep trying to ruin my image. You're just a fucking horrid
I thought
person.
I killed you, but I didn't, and now now I might actually kill you, except maybe I won't.
Yeah, but remember, that's my dialogue. That's not what he says in the show. This is my summary.
Yeah, but that's what
Don't take
he's
my
thinking. That's what he
don't take
think. That's
my
what the
acting.
situation is in the show.
Don't take my acting of situation on how it actually went.
No, that is the situation though. Is that he thought he killed him, and then he
Then
didn't.
Oliver shows up and he's like, Mark, just fucking brutally murder him. Duh. And Mark's like, Oliver, you can't keep murdering people. Oliver has murdered 2 people
Good.
in violent, extreme ways.
Good. See, that guy knows what's up.
You're starting to sound like Cecil.
Sorry, you know what? We should let Angstrom live because you know, it's just okay.
No, I agree. It's just Oliver. Oliver's a psychopath, dude. He's like insane.
But you know, see Oliver, me and Oliver are different. You know, you see he's like we're both like he should die, but Oliver's like we should torture him to death, and I'm just like just kill him, bro. Just don't.
Oliver's like,
Just move
no,
on.
we should shoot through him so fast that we're bathed in his blood, and then have a caveman leer with with one eye slightly lower than the other as we float towards the second guy to then
We should
crush
make
his
some
head with our
Angstrom
bare
brain
hands.
soup. There's gonna be a lot of it because his brain is bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Just drink it right up.
Yeah, just straight, just rip his skull off. Just eat it
Just
raw. You know,
what
like
are you
sushi,
drinking? Oh, straight Angstrom.
sashimi. That guy.
Angstrom on the rocks. Dude, Oliver is a psych. No, like there was literally a plot line where like Mark had to follow Oliver because he was like leaving the house at night. And Debbie's like, Mark, I can't keep up with him, but you can. You have to go see what he's doing at night. Mark goes, he sees he's just hanging out at the park skating with like some other kids. He's like, okay, let's go home. Then some bullies show up and they're like threatening him. And Oliver is like starting to like do the caveman leer at them. And Mark's like, I have to step in. And Eve's like, wait, hold on, let it play out. And like the Oliver pantses the bullies instead. But like Mark was so valid for thinking that he was just gonna kill these 2 kids.
You know,
Because
I believe in
the
Oliver.
previous episode, Oliver face first flew right through a guy's stomach so hard and so fast that he atomized the guy's body, killed him immediately, and then was just coated in his blood for slowly floating towards the other guy like the fucking Shambirakwai.
Okay,
Fucking
whoa,
floating
whoa.
across
It's
the
not
ground
just a
with the
guy. It was a bad. It was
bam,
a
bam.
guy. It was a bad guy.
It was the
James.
Mauler twins. It was the Mauler
Yeah,
twins.
yeah. See, it was even guys that who also have that sudden
By the
resurrection
way,
thing that they're still alive.
They
you know?
they beat the fuck out of the Guardians of the Globe. they they kick their asses so hard. It's all. By the way, this is just showing truly that when losing Robot, Monster Girl, Shrinking Ray, Bulletproof, and Rex, the Guardians of the Globe are the weakest fucking people alive. Because they got so easily, and they even make a joke about it on the show, which is crazy. Where like the Muller twins literally look at each other like, they sent the Guardians of the Globe. Do they not think we're being serious with our threats?
Everyone's making fun of the Guardians of the Globe.
Dude, to their faces. To their faces. Before they knock out every single member of the Guardians of the Globe.
That's nice.
But yeah. That over. Dude, he tore the jaw. Sorry, he tore the jaw off one of them, then flew through the other. Then, as the other one was pleading with him without a lower jaw, so just blood spilling out as he tried to talk, Oliver just like kills him in such a violent way.
Badass.
And then Cecil shows up and he's like, "Wow, kid, that was pretty impressive."
He goes,
I have
good
something
job,
called
kid.
the Guardians of the Globe Initiative, and then Mark shows up and just grabs Cecil by the neck and he's like, "Fucking tell him to do this more often."
Whoa. So Oliver handled the bad guys quickly,
Killed them.
efficiently. And then
Killed
Cecil was about to congratulate him, and then Mark attacked him. Oh my god,
Well,
man.
to be fair, prior to this, Mark was like criticizing Cecil for something where he's like, "Yo, you can't fucking keep like trying to spy on me and fucking with my personal life. You're making this a detriment to me." And then Cecil leads Mark into the White Room, and Mark's like, "Cecil, why are we in the White Room?" And then Cecil turns around and he's like, "You're unstable, Mark." And then a bunch of Reanimen appear. And Mark's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And then Cecil, and then like they start talking out, and then Cecil is like, "Nah," and then Cecil like hits a fucking like sick backflip pose, turns on this like noise device that like scrambles Mark's brain specifically because the Viltrumites have this certain threshold of hearing or something.
Sure.
And just starts scrambling his brain as the Reanimen beat the shit out of Mark, who's on the ground. And I forget how it happens, but like they get to the Guardians of the Globe base, and everyone there is like, "Whoa, what's happening?" And Cecil's like, "Everyone stay out of it." And Immortal and like Immortal's gang of goons is like, "Yeah, we're gonna stay out of it."
Yeah,
This
Immortal's
is also because
gooners.
Immortal fucking hates Mark, so he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, Immortal's gooners.
I'll let them kill him."
I mean,
And then,
I don't blame Immortal, man. If I saw Mark and he's just constantly like, "Man, I have to hold back, and he gets his ass beat every single fight, gets people killed because he gets his ass beat.
Mark
I'd be
does
like,
not get his
I'd
ass
be
beat
pretty
every
angry at
fight.
that too.
Mark wins fights. I'm sorry, Mark wins fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's because you haven't watched season 3.
Yeah.
Mark wins constantly, and the only thing that ever stops him is the Immortal. Genuinely, in the first episode, the Immortal shows up and stops Mark from being able to like stop. Oh yeah, it was Multi Paul, which is Duplicate's twin brother, voiced by
What?
Shang-Chi.
What the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
What are these
It's a
lore
whole other
drops?
thing. Whole other thing. Uh, they're like beating his ass. Multi-Paul shows up as Mark and Rex are trying to stop these two twins from the future to steal the Declaration of Independence. They're trying to stop it from happening. They stop them. Then Multi-Paul shows up in the hundreds, fucking jumps on top of Mark, and he's like, "I know you won't kill me, Mark." And then Mark's like, "Wait, you're a clone." Slice, 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 slice.
Wait a minute,
He's
you're a
like-
clone.
Yeah.
Grabs him he does like the Homelander ripping apart Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, literally that's what he like. He's
One
like,
hand
well,
on
he's
neck,
not,
one
like,
hand on
killing all of
shoulder,
them.
rips him apart.
He's not doing that to all of them. He's just doing that to them that are around him because he's trying to get the Rex. Because Multi-Paul is like, "You killed Kate. You got her killed." Because they still think Kate's dead because Kate went into hiding and didn't tell anybody she's still alive. Like a coward.
Maybe a little based because who knows who's
Maybe a
trying to kill
little
her.
bitch.
She is.
Who was trying to kill her? Who was trying to kill her?
That was kind
The
of chicken.
Serpent Society? The Lizard
The
League?
Lizard League. The Serpent Society doesn't
The
exist in
Lizard-
Invincible, James. That's not a thing.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. They're the same thing. So sorry. The cat commandos.
Yeah, but you better be ready for the reptile
The reptile what?
the reptile Rizzlers.
Shut up. It's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, they they stop Mark from being able to stop the people from the future. So then they start trying to jump Rex, and Mark's like, "Yo, what the fuck? No, stop this!" And then as they're trying to stop it, Immortal and Kate show up. By the way, Kate presumed dead. Rex is like, "Oh my god, Kate, you're alive!" And Multiple's like, "Kate, you're alive?" And Immortal's like, "Yeah, of course she's alive."
And then Invincible's like,
Fucking
Kate, you're alive?
Invincible just flies right
And
through
then
them all,
Willie,
killing them
yeah,
instantly.
just kills the Kate clone.
Invincible. But yeah, no, it's he stops Mark. He like tries to stop Mark from arresting Multipole for doing this, and also being a known assassin who's murdered like hundreds of thousands of people.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he is like an insane level assassin.
Hmm.
You remember Machine Head? I know where your family lives.
Dude, that's the second time that that actor for Shang-Chi is in an assassin role. He was the assassin in Shang-Chi, kid assassin, and now he's a superhero assassin.
Crazy how the world works, isn't it?
What was that?
What? I didn't say
Well,
anything. You said
James, I mean,
something.
we're running a bit low on time, so
I know.
you know what?
I'll get through it. I'll get through it. So, getting back to the Cecil fight, uh, they show up to the Guardians of the Globe location and they're beating the shit out of Mark. And Mark's like, "Help!" And Rex immediately is like, "Say no more." Immediately starts blowing up Reanimate. And Cecil's like, "What are you doing?" And Rex is like, "Helping my friend." What the fuck do you think? Robot jumps in, starts fucking wailing on the Reanimate. Monster Girl transforms. By the way, Robot built her a belt so she doesn't age every time she transforms now, so she can do it without consequence.
Oh,
By the
okay.
way,
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
so then they start fucking fighting. Shrink and Ray's like back in action, goes in, blows up some heads. Fucking Bulletproof is like, I don't know.
Wait, so
Invincible's kind of
Mark.
chill,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and that's where the divided line is of who's on whose side. They start tearing shit up, and Immortal's like, "I'm gonna stay out of this." And then after it ends, Robot is able to turn off the jammer, so then Mark just goes fucking nuts, kills all the Reanimen, and Cecil's like, "You little brat! Look how much damage you caused." And for the rest of you, clean this. And as he's talking, Mark chokes him and lifts him up in the air. And this is what started the Immortal meme of Immortal quietly going, "Stop it, Mark."
Does he
Um,
quietly say, "Stop it, Mark"?
no, but the face he makes and the fact that this happens twice with Immortal standing in front of him and doing nothing. Everybody's made the joke that every time something happens in front of Immortal that Invincible does, Immortal goes, "Stop it, Mark." He wrote in his journal later that night.
"Stop it, Mark," said Dumbledore quietly.
Yeah, literally how it goes. It's so funny. It's such a good bit. Um, but yeah. And so Mark's like, "If you ever come near me or my family again, I'll kill you." And then Oliver's like, "But when you said you would actually kill him," and Mark's like, "To get him to leave us alone, you psycho. I'm not gonna actually kill these people."
I mean, to be fair, Oliver's kid, so take things literally.
To be fair, Oliver is the direct son of Omni-Man who has witnessed nothing but murder and death.
That's also a thing.
He watched his mother be murdered in front of him and start playing in her blood. Yeah, I think he's doomed. I don't think he's gonna make it out.
It's over for him. He's unfixable. Honey, get the shotgun.
They've Dexter-fied him.
Honey, get the shotgun. We failed.
But yeah, it was a really. I don't agree with IGN at all. I thought that season finale was great. Everyone was crying that Jeffrey Dean Morgan voiced Conquest, but he did such a good job with his line deliveries, especially the new monologue they wrote for him, that it just like it worked so well.
What does Conquest sound like? A nasally, nerdy guy
He
or
sounds
something?
like, well, you know Negan from Walking Dead, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's him.
but he adds like that and some gravel, like kind of 70-year smoker kind of this to it. And
Hmm.
people, even though it's like, I don't care, people are upset that that's the voice because people made an AI voice of what they wanted Conquest to sound like. And they're like,
Hmm.
how come it doesn't sound like the AI voice from all the TikToks? And everyone's like, because you made an AI voice. But also, the AI voice has no emotion for any of the lines that they made it speak. So, like, why would they do that? That's the worst case scenario. But yeah, the one in the show sounds a lot better. Jeffrey Dean Morgan does a great job with his deliveries and whatnot. And I'm excited for more to come.
You know what, James? And with that brings us to the end of the episode. If you guys enjoyed, you should subscribe. Hit that like button. We do this every Sunday. Sundays when they come out. And apparently Sundays when we record them.
When they filmed. We should just film one right now.
If you like James, his links are in the description. He streams on Twitch. You should go check him out.
Good idea.
But that's it from me. James, bring us out.
Yep. I'm so